shouldn't say anything, or we
We're
can
going live right now.
in
You
case
just
you
went.
chime in.
In a minute you can. Anyway, guys and girls, hello. We're at Writers of the Future in Los Angeles, California. That was Christian in the background. He'll be up next. So y'all know who he is in just a minute. It's no, we're not that formal on these kind of interviews. Those are when we do the others are a little bit more formal than none of these. We're here at Writers of the Future Los Angeles. We're working our asses. Oh, by the way, on a side note, not about the young lady sitting in front of us, I have 3 Coast to Coast appearances coming up, so y'all be sure to catch me. The first one is this Tuesday. I'm going to bring nothing but happy, so be sure to tune in. Go ahead and give me your name.
Hello, I'm N.V. Haskell. I'm in the current Writers of the Future, Volume 38.
So that means author. So
Yes,
tell
writer.
a story.
The Mystical Farrago.
Anyway, we'll get back to it in a second. So again, you heard me ask earlier, what made you think you could write?
Nothing. Nothing, but I just did it.
Wait, let me rephrase it. So one day you just got up and said, okay, I'm going to write.
Basically, yeah. So I wrote a lot when I was a kid and through high school, and then I quit as soon as I got out of high school because life came along, and I did a lot of other things.
Life always gets in the way.
A lot of other things, and then I ended up having to have a surgery, which put me off work and out of all physical activity for 3 months.
That's always fun.
So I really couldn't do anything other than, and I exhausted Netflix and Amazon Prime and reread all the books I wanted to reread. And then I just woke up one morning and was like, I'm going to write a book. So I wrote 3/4 of a really terrible book with every trope in the world in it, and realized I needed practice and actually to learn the craft. So that was in August or September of 2019. And so that November,
Okay.
right. So that November, actually, I was looking online for things to do and other options and just ways to kind of find a group to learn. And I actually came across the Writers of the Future. And so I kind of stalked the forum for a good 6 to 8 weeks. And just saying, like, is it legit? What's going on? Are there, are people normal? Or are they kind of odd like me? And then I submitted my first story December 31st of 2019, right before the deadline. And it was not a good story, and I was fine with that. I just wanted to get my rejection over with, and I did. So, yeah.
But now, so what you said that. So anything horrible? Oh, don't write to us again. It was horrible. I mean, they were just nice.
No, everybody was wonderful, honestly.
Oh, I meant to ask you all about Joni since you missed. But what do you think about Joni?
Oh, I love Joni. Yeah.
Everybody loves it because she calls it the good news. That tortured the hell out. I asked her for ID coming into the room tonight. She's like, I'm carding you now, baby. Give me your ID. She's a workhorse and a half is what she is. We love her to death. So you've been at Author Services. What do you think about everybody over there?
Everybody has been very kind, very professional. They've been really just lovely to work with, honestly, from the emails that I had previously all the way up to the personal experience here.
And you met John and Emily.
Yeah.
Yes. They were so nice to me last year at Author Services, it scared me. I thought something was coming for me, man. I was like, "Ooh, wait, what's happening here?" I'm waiting for someone to jump out of the room. They are way friendly. So, but I'm glad you checked it out because I tell everybody the same thing. It took me a while to trust them. I'm always honest about that. John and Emily know it because they've heard me talk about it more than one time, and they know I talk with the authors and writers about it. I mean, writers and illustrators about it. Sorry, and I'm not quite honest about it because I want people to know. I didn't spend any money to get behind them. I wanted them, if we're going to get legit, I wanted them to be somebody who was legit. And until I got to really talk to the judges, it was still up in the air. Once I talked to the judges and the winners, I realized, no, it's exactly what they told me it was. And I came out here, everybody was working hard. Everybody was really doing what they needed to do. Everybody was super friendly to everybody else. Now, y'all sharing rooms with people?
Not me.
You lucky. You lucked out.
I am an introvert by nature, so I recharge really well when I have just some time alone.
Well, I noticed last year I was this is one of the things that kind of floored me last year. Is because so many, there were 60 winners here last year, and they were all sharing rooms.
Yeah.
And I was amazed that there didn't seem to be no ego problems. So have you seen any this year? It's been
no.
Peaceful. Everybody seemed to work together.
Yeah, the group that, I haven't had a chance to get to know the illustrators very well. The writers are all great people.
I didn't say that.
The writers have I mean, I think we're all here to cheer each other on, and definitely working to elevate our craft and lift each other up.
So when you seen your artwork, what did you think?
Oh, it was beautiful. Yeah, Anna Lee Wu was my illustrator, and she just knocked it out of the ballpark. She did great.
Yeah, when I seen that last year, I was kind of surprised how they were pairing everybody. because I asked them what the process was, and because that's risky business.
Hmm.
Just because somebody read the story doesn't mean they can actually make a picture for it. I was like, damn it, and everybody seemed to be happy. Everybody was real polite, and it was a little more hectic last year than this year.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was a little like whirlwind on the other side of the planet, but everybody had a good time, and it was a lot of fun. So, what's your future plans? What you can write next?
So I've written a couple of novels, not beyond the terrible one that I started with, and I've been pitching one of them mostly. I still need to go back and revise another one, and then I have a third one that I've outlined and we'll start working on after I'm done with those revisions.
Well on your way then. That's a good thing because sometimes like I'm not gonna mention your names. I did an interview with one of the authors last night. No website, no plans for the future. I said, man, you shouldn't even said that on there. I was just like, no, 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 no social media. You have any social media?
Pretty much everything, yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's part of the world now. You have to deal with it. By the way, and I meant to tell everybody this, and I tell them every night. I have 14 Facebook pages, 3 Instagram pages, 3 Twitter pages, 3 YouTube pages, an Instagram page which I didn't think existed. Not yeah, no MySpace.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so I thought they were getting more
It's old
active.
school.
Actually, yeah, and I have 67,000 followers there because MySpace went from what it used to be with Facebook, so now they do artists.
Mm.
And that's what they do. It's not like it was before. It's a whole different concept now. And when I seen it, I was like, MySpace, come on, let's get out of here. But I logged in anyway instead of, I had an old account from way back when. Next thing I knew, there's almost 70,000 people on it. And they're following our podcast. So, I've seen books bought from this. It's a strange new world that it still exists.
Is Tom still there?
I don't know. I just, most of that stuff is automated. Getting to the point. We have public pages, so y'all are allowed to use them.
Mm-hmm.
We can post on the pages. Anybody who's been here can post on our pages. The United Public page usually right now, I think it's 67 or 70,000 people on it. You're allowed to post on there. If an admin tells you, just tell them Joe said you had permission from Writers of the Future, and they'll just leave you alone. But it's a great place to sell books. Sometimes I've seen authors sell, like one of the authors last year sold 7,000 books there. One I'm sold one. So I can't tell you what it's going to sell. I can't even tell you why there's such a difference. There just seems to be, but we tell everybody feel any of our pages you can use. All of them are public pages. We do it intentionally for my host to use, but since we're involved with this, we let them use it as well. So we don't mind. You'll see if you go in there, you'll see just endless streams of archives running down it. But we tell them put it in there, type it in there, and use it because people read it. Sometimes what'll happen is just see 2,000 or 3,000, 4,000 people, but if we're busy, they move so fast that they have a hard time getting any people because they're just clicking. Like tonight, there was 5 live shows tonight, so they're all boom, 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 boom. There was 5 live shows last night, so boom, 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 boom. Plus our syndicated shows, which is another 4 each, so they're pushing them down pretty fast. But we tell people to use them because it usually takes a day or 2 for them to clear them, and because our listeners know we do that, they go straight down and look because it's moving so fast. So feel free to use them. I mean, that's what they're really for. That we want y'all to use them. John and Emily, I like both of them. Friends of mine now, and in the beginning I thought they were crazy, but we're friends now. Well, John, when he called me, I was just like, really, dude? No. I mean, I was rude to the man. I mean, I'm surprised you talked to me because I can be a rude SOB. And I was like, yeah, come on. I said, so what I got to give you to get my book in? I got to slip you like $500, $1,000. I said, what does blind judge mean? Oh, the girl read it and said, oh, I was blind. I mean, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I don't know if it's really blind judge. And when I asked the judges, they were blunt about it. They're no, we don't know who the hell it is or what it is. And that's nice. Color, sex, creed, anything. I like that. You judge just on the book itself or on your artwork. That is just so nice because it means you won on your own.
Yeah.
It wasn't nobody helping you out. You won. And that should help your confidence and it should help you move along. But go ahead and tell me a little bit about the story before we get out of here.
Okay, so The Mystical Farrago is an odd story, I suppose. It's a fantasy story. It's kind of set in almost a steampunk world. Not our world, obviously, but involving a creature, shall we say, that is fierce but also in danger. So the main character has a lot of secrets that relates them to this creature. So there's the juxtaposition, and they're trying to save this creature.
That's cool. That sounds fun. It's most of them I still have in the back of my head somewhere. I had so much jet lag the first night I got it. I was like, I have to remember my own name. I don't usually get jet lag. It's kind of weird. What else wanted to ask you? I think we got everybody, right? Yeah, we got everybody. You good?
I'm good.
Anything part words? Any advice you want to give to future winners? Oh, how long did it take you to get in?
How many times?
Submissions, yeah, sorry.
I won on my 7th submission. And my first one was a rejection. And then I got an honorable mention, a few silvers, another honorable. And then I ended up getting a winner.
Last year, 38 and 40.
Isn't that, and that's what I was expecting, quite frankly. I expected to be submitting.
It's still, and this year I think we have 8 or 9 out of country winners, maybe 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's been steadily going up for a few years, and they like it, and they have no mind flying your ass over here and taking care of you while you're here. So I thought that was really good of them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they actually did this, because eventually, when y'all get rich and famous, you remember me, right now. I want to come stay in your condo. Anyway, it was nice talking to you.
Thank you.
I'll let you get on out of here. We'll get Mr. Chris up here so we can torture him. Torture